Hey there, friends, it's Walt. So I wanted to share some thoughts today about regret. Regret is a terrible thing. And I'm a big believer in living without regret. And I don't have many regrets. A handful stand out. One in particular. Years ago, my dad invited me to go with him on a climb to Everest Base Camp. You see, he and I had learned to climb together when I was just, about 10 years old. And when I was 12, I began coming home all beat to shit as young boys often are from climbing on stuff. And we had a lot of cliffs and gorges to climb on in the place that I grew up in, the little town I grew up in. And he looked at me and he could have said, "Don't do that." But instead he said, if you're going to do that, we're going to learn to do it together safely. And my dad took me out to the High Sierra in California. We learned to climb together, and well into his 70s we climbed, and it was a wonderful bond between us. And there was this moment in time where my dad had begun to do continuing medical education programs with physicians and other healthcare providers, using his mountaineering skills to teach others about mountain medicine and high altitude medicine. And my dad put together a series of trips to the high mountains of the world. And this one was to Everest Base Camp. And he knew that I loved the mountains, and he knew that I had an interest in wilderness medicine. And he said, "Come with me." And wow, I so wanted to come with him. And I had a job, and I had responsibilities and important things to do. And 3 weeks seemed like a long time. And there certainly would be a better time to take 3 weeks off to go with my dad than right then. It was just not convenient. And so I turned him down. I said, "No, not now, Dad. It's not a good time." And off he went, and he had an amazing time, and I went and did my important things. And that opportunity to go with my dad to the Himalayas never, ever came around again. I was in the Himalayas recently with my beautiful wife, my business partner, my climbing partner, the amazing Ann Shabani, and we had an extraordinary time there. And truth be told, pulling back to the curtain, it was really, really hard to go. We put it on the calendar, we did all the preparations, but as the time started ticking down, I started getting really, really, really anxious, like overwhelmingly anxious about going away, about 3 weeks, because I love the work I do. I cherish the clients that I have the privilege of serving. I've got really important things to do, and I'm busy, and who has time to take 3 weeks off and go away? 3 weeks, it's a long, long time. And so I began to concoct reasons why it really wasn't a good thing to do, why I really shouldn't go away. And I was sorely tempted to say no, to forego this opportunity. And of course we didn't, as many of you know. We went, and it was one of the most extraordinary experiences of our lifetimes. It was amazing to connect with each other, to connect with the deepest parts of ourselves, to connect with the land. And it was a wonderful thing to be in those mountains that my dad so loved. And I felt his presence there. And there were many times where I just wept, missing my dad, but also happy to know that his spirit was there walking beside me. And I treasure the memories now of that experience, the 3 weeks in the mountains with Ann. And of course, looking back on 3 weeks, it's like It's like that. It's like a flash of lightning in the sky, that all of those anxieties were overwrought and overbuilt, and there was nothing that couldn't wait 3 weeks. And that experience, that flash, that experience of time now is such a precious, precious memory. And what we all tend to do is we defer the things that call to us. I know I've done that over and over in various places in my life. We put things off. We tell ourselves the story that we're going to get to things when it's more convenient, when there isn't some event that we think we have to be there or something we have to do. There's always going to be a reason for not doing that thing that calls you in that deepest place of your heart. There will always be a reason not to do it. And if the last 2 years have taught us anything, it's that life is fragile, that life is unpredictable, that life changes in an instant, in an ordinary instant, and it is never the same again. And those things that we thought we could get to will never present themselves again. So those things that call you in your heart, those experiences, those things that you want to do, those things that are important to you, those bucket list items that call you in the deepest recesses in your heart, listen to them. Don't put them off. The opportunity may never come again. Your dreams deferred are your dreams denied. And regret is a terrible thing. Make it a great rest of the day, great rest of the week. Talk soon.